MAC Cosmetics bestsellers. We have a full face. Let's get into it because there's a lot of good stuff that is bringing back nostalgia. A lot of makeup products that I've used for so many years, and then we have brand new launches from MAC themselves. Let's do it. Okay, so the first step, I've actually never used a primer besides obviously the Fix Plus, but I've never tried this one. This one is their Studio Radiance. It's a moisturizing and illuminating silky primer. It's a white primer. Ooh, it's a little thick. It has a scent. It's a little bit fragranced. I'm gonna kind of warm it up, and I want something more illuminating because the foundation is going to be more of a full coverage, soft matte finish. It's not sticky. It's a little tacky, but it's not sticky. It's not like a gripping primer. It actually feels really nice. Let's move on to foundation. For foundation, I am shaking the Studio Fix Fluid with SPF 15. I have shade NW15. I might have to mix a little bit of concealer to get a pretty good match. I'm hoping this one's gonna be somewhat okay. But this right here, it's a medium to full coverage foundation. It's supposed to have a soft matte finish. It's supposed to be oil controlling. It's definitely more of a, I would say, more of a flat foundation. So definitely moisturize well beforehand or use like I said, illuminating primer. This is a little bit more on the drying side. A little bit goes a long way with this foundation, in my opinion. You can go heavy or you can go very light-handed. You can even mix in with a little bit of like face oils to really give that luminous, very natural type of a foundation. But you can see this is definitely not my shade, but we can make it work. And I'm using my Merit foundation brush. I have to really stretch this foundation to make it work in terms of color. You know what? Let me just go in with concealer right away. I'm using the MAC, the Pro Longwear Concealer, and I have shade NW20. I'm gonna mix that in. My favorite foundation from MAC Cosmetics was the Face and Body, the original formula. I don't like the new formula that they have. I'm not even sure what they have for Face and Body anymore, but back in the day when they had the original Face and Body, that was my favorite foundation from them. It was so beautiful. This one is okay. I'm okay with this foundation. It's not my favorite that I would pick out of every foundation. It's good though. It's really good. I like that you can really customize it to your needs. I think I'm good with this coverage. I'm happy with it. Give me a nice light medium. Everything is even toned. You can see it's a soft matte, but you're still seeing a little bit of that glow peeking through from the primer, which I am enjoying actually a lot. For brows, I've never tried their brow products. This one is Eyebrow Styler in shade Stylized. It's like a good micro precision style type of brow with a retractable pencil with a spoolie on one end. It's definitely more round, but I'm going to brush through with a spoolie and then fill in. Like I said, I've never tried their brow products. I'm hoping they're gonna be good. The color is really good, nice and neutral. I think my favorite thing about this pencil is the color. Otherwise, the pencil itself, it's a little thick, not exactly what I'm looking for. I wish it was more pointy rather than just round. So you can't really get hair-like strokes with this pencil, which is okay. You're gonna get more of like a soft look, which again, it just depends on what you're looking for. But I did like that it blends out rather nice without looking patchy. And it's definitely a drier formula, so you kind of have to warm it up beforehand, which is totally fine. Moving on, to set my brows, I'm going to use their Big Boost Fibre Gel for the eyebrows in shade, I think I got the same shade, in Stylized, yes, Stylized. So this does have fiber in here, and I don't know if it's gonna hold my brows in shape, and it's going to hold the shape of my brows. So if it doesn't, I am going to cheat and use my Benefit 24-hour brow gel setter. Okay, I like that it's not gooping the product on my eyebrows. That's nice. I'm trying to use the lightest hand possible because this is pigmented enough, but it's not scary. It's pretty easy to use. I'm gonna use the same concealer that I've mixed in with my foundation, the Pro Longwear Concealer. This right here is a liquid concealer that is really full coverage. It's a matte finish, and it kind of just stays put all day long. The only thing, it can look heavier under your eyes if you go very heavy-handed. So just like the foundation, I like to go very, very light-handed and then build up the coverage where I need it. This is like a very heavy full coverage version of the NYX Bare Serum. Is it Bare With Me? I think it's Bare With Me. One of my favorite concealers from the drugstore by NYX. That one is very light. It has the same squeezy tube, the pump system. It's more of a radiant, luminous finish. This one is full coverage with a matte finish. I'm just gonna use my finger to warm it up a little bit and kind of diffuse it somewhat so I don't have too much on my finger, and just start tapping it where I need it, and then do the same thing. Just pick it up and put it in areas where I need that coverage. That already is way too much. I'm gonna use a sponge. This was also one of my go-to concealers back in the day, because I do like how you can customize it to your needs. A little bit goes a long way. And it looks beautiful. Just go very light-handed with it. The only thing, it smells. It does not smell good. It kind of smells like paint, like a chemical paint. I don't know how to explain the smell. Like, it's not bad. It doesn't linger, but it does have a scent to it. Maybe I'm just picky. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna take a little bit more, literally just on my sponge, and just work it ever so slightly right here in the inner corner. I have this weird pimple right there. So moving on to the bronzer. I've never been a fan of their bronzing powders because the shades are always, they don't work with my skin tone. I feel like they're a little dry. They can look a little patchy, so you have to apply a little bit of TLC to make them look somewhat good. But I did pick up a new one, and this one is in shade Golden, and the shade is just, yeah, not my fave. So we're gonna start very light-handed. I'm gonna work it in, kind of work into the palm, and just start gently working this in circular motions. Yeah, this is just a dry formula. It's not buttery. It's not super smooth. It's okay of a formula. Like I said, you can make it work, but there are so many other better bronzers on the market that they just look better, perform better, they last better. Better shades available to choose from. I would just skip this bronzing powder altogether. But I wanted to try it again and see if maybe the formula has changed, but no, this is just like I remember, dry. Moving on to blush. This is what I've been looking forward to. The new launch from MAC. This is their Glow Play Blush. I have Blush Please. And this is kind of like a putty blush, but this shade looks really pretty. I like it with my dress today. So this blush reminds me of the Maybelline, the Dream Bouncy Blush formula. I don't know if they even sell that anymore, but it has that kind of like spongy, bouncy texture where you press, it kind of just conforms. Do you see that? It's really cool. It's really cool. But this right here, it's supposed to have like a sheer to buildable type of coverage color. So I'm hoping this is gonna be really pretty, but I've never tried this formula before and I'm very excited. I'm going to use my Rose & Ben C41 blush brush. Oh, okay. And it does have a little bit of, is that like really finely milled glitter? Oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. Wow. It's very soft too. Wow, it looks very airbrushed on my cheeks. It's not accentuating any kind of texture, any kind of fine lines. I do have a little bit of bumps right here right now, and they're not exaggerated. Oh, okay. Oh my. I do enjoy MAC blushes. These ones right here are one of my favorites. The extra dimensional blushes. They have that intense glow to them, but this one is more of a natural finish with that glow. Wow, these are stunning. No wonder there was so much love for these blushes online. Like, look how easy that is. And it's so diffused. But look at how pretty that is.
That is super pretty.
It's a very soft, very diffused. I'm impressed. Impressed. And of course, we can't forget the highlight. This right here is still one of my favorites to this day. This is the Soft and Gentle shade for the Mineralize Skinfinish. And these are their highlighters, they're baked highlighters. These are stunning. When you kind of swatch them, they feel a little dry, but when you apply them to your face, just something magical happens. These are beautiful. They also never exaggerate any kind of texture in my skin. You can go very lightweight or you can go very heavy and be extremely highlighted, but a little bit goes a long way, my opinion. And this is that type of highlighter where it's very glittery, very shimmery, but it looks beautiful. In person, in pictures, on video, it's just beautiful. Moving on to the eyes, we're going to use the Eye Base Extend. And this is a very thick type of a primer. I do like it. I do like it. It doesn't really cancel out on your redness. It's strictly just an eye base, and it's very thick. So a little bit goes a long way, and you do have to let it set before you go in with your eyeshadow. You can use your finger or a brush to blend this in. Even though I prepped and primed my eyes, I'm going to use the MAC paint pots. These are also, you could use them as eyeshadow primers or a cream eyeshadow, or use this underneath your eyeshadows that you're going to use, like powders, which I am going to use powders today as well. I like shade Painterly because this one is like my skin tone, but it has a little bit more of like pink undertones to it. Kind of looks like a concealer. I'm gonna take a brush and work this to kind of cancel out the redness and also create this as a base for my powders. I mean, I just love the way Painterly or the paint pots look on my eyelids. I'm going to use a MAC eyeshadow palette. This is the Art Library in Nude model, and you have all the beautiful neutral shades. You have several mattes, you have a satin, and then you have frost finishes in here. So I think this is good for those that love neutrals, everyday type of palette, but you can also go very glam. I'm gonna take my MAC 217. I think this is still my OG. I have so many other ones of the 217s, but I think this is my OG. Now I'm gonna take this one right here, which is Pleasing to the Eye, which is a matte shade. We're gonna take this, I think maybe up to the like crease, maybe a little bit above it. I'm taking the same shade, but just on a smaller little detail brush. Just bring it to the lower lash line. I'm gonna take Sugar Plum right here. I'm gonna take it on Makeup by Mario E3 brush and just focus it right here. I'm gonna take the Kohl in Costa Riche, and I'm going to focus it right here in the outer corner. These Kohls are really great if you wanna blend them out, smoke them out. They're also really good in the tight line and the water line. All right, I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna get a little pencil brush and start blending this out. For mascara, I'm gonna take the Macstack. They have the Black Mega and the Black Micro. I think this is the Black Mega one that I have. And I'm okay with this mascara. I don't love it. It's definitely very intense, which is good, but it does get clumpy. The brush itself is very large. It's silicone style bristles. You have some long, you have some short, but it's more of a clumpy type of formula. For the lower lash line, I love this mascara. It's the Extended Play, the Gigablack Lash. It's a very long wand, but it's very tiny. The bristles are super short, but I love this one for the lower lash line. It wears well on me all day long. Just taking a spoolie and really gently cleaning up all that mascara. For my lips, we're gonna do the iconic lip liners by MAC. These are OG, they're great, they're creamy, they're long wearing, there are so many shades to choose from. I have Whirl, which is one of my favorite shades. Picked up a new one. This one's just a beautiful everyday. It's a little bit more of like a brown undertone. And then the other one is Soar. This one is a little bit more pink, rosy. I think we're gonna do Whirl, that one. For lipstick, I'm gonna go with the satin lipstick in shade Faux. It's gonna be a nice neutral for this look. Oh yeah, that actually looks really good. I'm gonna take a little bit more of the lip liner and just draw it in right here a little bit. And then use my finger to kind of blend everything together. I wanna blur a little bit right here and on my forehead and my chin. I'm gonna use my dampened sponge. It's not super damp, it's not dry, but it's a little bit damp. And I'm gonna take the Mineralize Skinfinish in Light Plus to kind of brighten and set everything. Do you see that? How beautiful that is? It just kind of awakens everything, lifts everything.
Definitely blurs.
It's beautiful. There's a reason why this is such a top seller. And then to set everything, to kind of melt everything together. I'm gonna take the new MAC Fix Plus, the alcohol-free version, the Stay Over, and this is more of a setting spray versus the MAC Fix Plus. This is kind of like a multi-use type of a spray. You can prep your face, you can prime your face, you can use it for your eyeshadows to make them wet, or you can also use it as a setting spray at the very end. But this is more of a typical setting spray that you use at the very end to lock in your makeup. And this has that really beautiful fine mist. It doesn't spit on your face versus the Fix Plus, the OG version, it does spit on your face. I'm gonna go over again with that sponge just on top. And there we have it. Some of the best sellers from MAC Cosmetics, MAC Makeup. There's so many beautiful products. I hope you guys enjoyed this video with me. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. We're ready.
We're ready.
Let's go.
Date night.
Date night! Woo-hoo.
Come on in. Big door.
That's a nice door.
Cheers.